Have you been snacking on what you think are healthy nuts, only to still feel sluggish, off balance, or constantly tired? You're definitely not alone. In fact, over 95% of seniors today are eating the wrong kinds of nuts, and the worst part? They have no idea it's slowly draining their strength. That handful of trail mix or those healthy, roasted nuts in your pantry might be doing more harm than good. Behind the scenes, they could be triggering joint inflammation, weakening your leg muscles, and messing with your balance, all without you realizing it. Think about it for a moment. Have your legs felt heavier lately? Do stairs seem a little more exhausting? Are you not moving quite as confidently as before? These little red flags might have less to do with age, and more to do with what's in your snack bowl. Here's the truth. Not all nuts are created equal. Some are your body's best friend, especially after 65, helping restore energy, improve circulation, and support muscle strength. But others? They're like a silent saboteur, packed with hidden oils, salt, and fats that your aging body simply can't process like it used to. In today's video, we're cutting through the confusion and giving it to you straight. You'll discover the top 4 nuts you absolutely need to start eating right now if you're over 65, and just as importantly, the 4 nuts you should avoid like the plague. And no, we're not talking about exotic superfoods or expensive health trends. These are nuts you see every day at your grocery store. The difference is how you eat them, and which ones you trust. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to snack on to regain strength, reduce joint pain, and feel like yourself again, without overhauling your entire diet. Let's take back control of your energy and balance, starting with the simple choice of the right and wrong nuts. Ready? Let's dive in. Let's kick things off with the first powerhouse nut you need in your daily routine if you're over 65, pistachios. Now, I know what you're thinking. Really? Pistachios? Yes, and here's why they're so much more than just a snack. If you've been feeling like your legs are getting heavier, your hands colder, or you're getting tired faster during the day, it might not just be aging, it could be circulation. As we get older, our blood vessels naturally start to narrow. That means your blood doesn't flow as easily, especially to your limbs and your brain. But pistachios? They actually help your blood vessels relax and expand, like turning narrow backroads into open highways. That means better blood flow to your legs, feet, hands, and brain. And when blood flows better, oxygen flows better, which translates to more energy, warmer limbs, clearer thinking, and less of that foggy feeling in the afternoon. Have you ever stood up too fast and felt dizzy? Or noticed you're dragging your feet more than usual? These little green nuts could be part of the fix. And there's more. Pistachios also help stabilize your blood sugar. If you're crashing mid-morning or feel wiped out after a meal, it could be a sign your blood sugar is swinging too much. Pistachios help level that out, giving you steady energy without the spike and crash. But here's the catch, and this is important: skip the flavored pistachios. You know the ones, the salty, sugary, bright green bag kind? Those undo everything we're trying to fix. What you want are dry roasted or raw pistachios, with no salt, no sugar, and no added oils, just the real deal. Start small, a handful between meals. Within days, many people notice warmer hands and feet, less leg tightness, even clearer skin, and most importantly, that heavy, sluggish feeling starts to fade. You don't need 10 different medications to feel stronger. Sometimes, it's as simple as giving your body the right kind of fuel at the right time. And pistachios? They're a fantastic place to start. Alright, let's talk about the second nut your body needs after 65, almonds. Now, I'm not just talking about a quick crunchy snack. I'm talking about serious muscle nutrition in one of the simplest, most affordable forms nature ever gave us. If you've noticed your legs feeling softer, your hands shaking more when you hold a cup, or you're getting worn out just from walking across the room, that's not just aging. That's muscle loss. And here's something a lot of people don't know: after 65, your body loses muscle faster than it can rebuild it. But almonds? They help turn that around. These little powerhouses are packed with plant-based protein, essential minerals, and healthy fats, the exact building blocks your body needs to repair and rebuild muscle tissue. They support your nerves too, so if your steps feel a little unsure, or your hands tremble when doing basic tasks, this could be your missing link. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Almonds are rich in magnesium, a mineral that's crucial for muscle relaxation, heart rhythm, and even stress recovery. Ever get those annoying nighttime leg cramps? Twitching eyelids? Stiff legs when you first wake up? That's often a magnesium deficiency talking. And almonds are one of the easiest ways to fill that gap, naturally. What I love about almonds is they don't just boost muscle strength, they help with overall coordination, balance, and energy. You'll start to feel a bit more put together again. Like your body is working with you, not against you. But, and this is important, skip the sugar-coated, honey-roasted, oil-fried varieties. Those are candy in disguise. What you want is raw or dry roasted almonds, clean, whole, and simple. That's where the true power is. Start by adding a small handful to your breakfast, sprinkle them over yogurt. Blend into a smoothie, or just keep some nearby when that afternoon energy dip hits. You're not just snacking, you're feeding your muscles what they've been asking for. Because after 65, strength isn't something we can afford to lose. Almonds are one of the easiest ways to fight back, naturally. Let's talk about a nut that's often misunderstood, peanuts. You might think peanuts are just party snacks or something kids eat with jelly. But here's the truth, if you're over 65 and feeling low on strength, shaky on your feet, or drained halfway through your day, the right kind of peanuts might be exactly what your body's been asking for. See, after 65, your body doesn't bounce back like it used to. Tasks that once felt effortless, like standing up from a chair, carrying groceries, or walking across a parking lot, suddenly take more out of you. And the reason often comes down to this: your muscles are running on empty. Peanuts are one of the simplest, most overlooked solutions to that problem. They're packed with clean protein, healthy fats, and a key mineral that many older adults are lacking, magnesium. Together, these nutrients help rebuild tired muscles, fuel your nervous system, and stabilize your blood sugar, all of which are essential for balance, energy, and strength. Here's a question: do you ever get that mid-morning slump? Or feel dizzy after skipping a meal? That's your blood sugar waving the white flag. Peanuts help smooth out those energy dips so your body doesn't crash and burn between meals. And let's not forget about magnesium if you've been dealing with leg cramps, nighttime twitching, or a racing heart. Your body could be begging for it. Peanuts deliver that, naturally. Now, here's the important part: not all peanuts are created equal. I'm not talking about sugary peanut butter or those honey-roasted snack packs you see at the gas station. Those are loaded with salt, sugar, and processed oils that do more harm than good. What you want are dry roasted peanuts, no salt, no oil, no flavoring, just real, whole peanuts, as close to their natural form as possible. Start with a small handful between meals. It's not just a snack. It's real fuel, the kind that helps you move better, stay steady on your feet, and feel more like yourself again. Sometimes the fix isn't complicated, it's just clean, consistent nutrition. And peanuts? They're small, but they're mighty. Now, let me introduce you to one of the most underrated, yet most powerful, nuts on the planet: Brazil nuts. You've probably seen them in mixed nut packs and thought, just another crunchy bite. But these nuts are not your average snack. Especially if you're over 65 and starting to feel the signs of fatigue, muscle weakness, or balance issues, Brazil nuts could be your secret weapon. Why? One word: selenium. Brazil nuts are the richest natural source of selenium, a trace mineral your body desperately needs, especially as you age. Selenium acts like a cellular repairman. It helps rebuild muscle, support nerve function, and boost your immune system, all critical for staying strong, sharp, and steady on your feet. Ever felt like your body just doesn't bounce back like it used to? Like you wake up tired even after a full night's sleep? Or your legs tremble after a short walk? That's often your body signaling depletion, not just age. And that's exactly where Brazil nuts come in. Now here's the catch: you don't need a whole bowlful. In fact, just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts a day is enough to give your body the selenium it needs. Any more than that, And you could actually get too much of a good thing, and we don't want that. Think of it like a powerful supplement, not a casual snack. But when you get it right, the benefits are incredible. More stable energy throughout the day, less shakiness, better balance, and a deeper feeling of recovery and strength. It's not a sugar rush or quick fix, it's sustainable power. From the inside out. So next time you build your snack routine, skip the extra cup of coffee or processed energy bar, and add just one Brazil nut. It's small, but it's mighty. And when your body finally gets what it's been missing, trust me, you'll feel the difference. In your legs, in your focus, in how you carry yourself. Remember, at this stage of life, more isn't always better, better is better. And Brazil nuts? They're better. Now, I know this one might surprise you, but if you're over 65, cashews could be one of the most misleading snacks in your kitchen. They look innocent, they taste amazing, and hey, they even sound healthy, right? But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most cashews, especially the ones that are roasted in oil and salted, are doing more harm than good. If your legs have been feeling stiff, your energy seems to vanish by mid-afternoon, or your blood pressure has been creeping up, this little snack might be a hidden culprit. Why? It's all about how they're processed. The majority of cashews on store shelves are roasted in cheap, industrial seed oils, the kind that wreak havoc on your arteries, slow down circulation, and quietly increase inflammation in your joints, your brain, and even your gut. Add a thick layer of salt on top of that, and you've got a perfect storm: water retention, bloating, brain fog, and stiff joints. You think you're reaching for something healthy, but your body feels heavier, slower, and less focused afterward. That's not a coincidence. Let me ask you something. Do your ankles ever swell for no clear reason? Or do you notice your memory getting fuzzy in the afternoon, even if you slept well? That might not be just age, that might be cashews cooked in the wrong oils, setting off silent inflammation. Now, before we cancel cashews completely, there's a smarter way to enjoy them. If you truly love cashews, go for raw, unsalted, unflavored versions, no added oils, no coatings, no tricks, and keep the portion small, a few nuts, not handfuls. That way, you still get the creamy texture and satisfying crunch without turning your body into a battlefield. Remember, not every food that looks healthy is healthy. Especially as we age, we need to be more strategic and more selective about what we put into our bodies. So, if you've been snacking on salted, roasted cashews thinking you were doing the right thing, now you know better. And the good news? You can make a simple swap today and start feeling the difference within days. Okay, let's talk about a nut that sounds comforting, even a little nostalgic: pecans. They remind you of fall pies, holiday treats, and southern charm. But if you're over 65, you might want to take a closer look at what these sweet little nuts are doing behind the scenes. Here's the truth. Pecans are extremely high in fat. And while fat isn't inherently bad, your body's ability to digest it slows down as you age. That means all that creamy richness sits heavier in your system, especially if your metabolism isn't what it used to be. And when pecans are coated in sugar, glazed, or flavored, it's not a snack anymore, it's dessert in disguise. The result? Bloating, brain fog, sluggish circulation, a dip in energy that hits harder than you expect. Ever had that "why am I suddenly so tired" moment after a small snack? Yep, pecans, especially the sweetened kind, could be part of the answer. Even raw pecans, if eaten too often or in large amounts, can weigh you down. They're dense, slow burning, and harder to digest, especially if your digestive system has become more sensitive with age. Here's something to ask yourself. Do you ever feel full but not satisfied? Do your legs feel stiff after sitting for a while? Are your pants feeling tighter even though you haven't changed your meals that much? It might not be your overall diet, it might be how certain foods like pecans are working against your system. Now, I'm not saying you have to swear them off forever. If you love pecans, great. Just keep them raw, unsweetened, and in small amounts, and treat them more like a garnish than a full-on snack. Because the truth is, after 65, every bite counts. Your body needs food that fuels it, not food that slows it down or steals your energy when you need it most. So before you grab that snack mix or reach for another handful of candied pecans, think twice. A simple shift in how and how often you eat pecans can mean a big shift in how you feel throughout your day. Now here's a nut that feels fancy, smooth, buttery, luxurious: macadamia nuts. They show up in gourmet snack mixes and trendy desserts. And they're often labeled as a healthy fat. But if you're over 65, here's something you need to hear. Macadamia nuts might be making you feel heavier, slower, and more fatigued, without you even realizing it. Why? It all comes down to how they digest. Macadamias are extremely rich in dense fats, which might have been fine in your 30s or 40s when your metabolism was running at full speed. But after 65, your digestive system simply doesn't break down heavy fats the same way. That creamy, satisfying richness? It can easily slow digestion, cause bloating, and weigh you down for hours. Have you ever had a snack and then felt like you needed a nap instead of a boost? That's what macadamias can do, especially if you eat more than just a few. And it's so easy to overdo it. A handful here, another handful there, suddenly you've taken in hundreds of calories of fat that your body isn't equipped to burn efficiently anymore. It gets worse. That excess fat can build up, increasing inflammation, putting extra strain on your joints, and messing with your circulation. If your legs feel stiff, your movements feel slower, or you've been gaining weight without changing your diet, macadamias could be part of the problem. Now don't get me wrong, fat is not the enemy. But after 65, your body needs clean, efficient energy, not dense fuel that sits like a rock in your gut. Here's the bottom line: macadamia nuts are easy to love, but they're even easier to overeat. And the price you pay, fatigue, heaviness, and inflammation, just isn't worth it for most people in this age group. If you've been relying on them as a go-to snack, it might be time to switch gears. Choose lighter, leaner nuts that support circulation, muscle health, and digestion, not work against them. Because after all, your food should give you energy, not steal it. Now this one might shock you, because it goes against everything you've probably heard. Walnuts, the so-called brain food, the heart-healthy nut. You see them in trail mixes, in salads, even in your morning oatmeal. But here's the thing: if you're over 65, walnuts might be silently working against your health, especially if you're already feeling more tired, inflamed, or off balance than usual. Let me explain. Yes, walnuts can contain beneficial fats. But the problem? Those fats spoil fast. Walnuts are extremely high in oils that oxidize easily, meaning they go rancid quickly when exposed to air, heat, or time. And rancid oils don't just taste bad, they create inflammation inside your body. Have you noticed more joint stiffness? Waking up with swollen fingers or achy knees? A foggy head that just won't clear? Even after coffee? You might blame aging or stress, but it could be those healthy walnuts in your cupboard. There's another issue most people never hear about: omega-6 overload. Walnuts are packed with omega-6 fatty acids. Now, omega-6s aren't evil, but they need to be balanced with omega-3s. Unfortunately, most modern diets already have too much omega-6 and not enough omega-3. That imbalance can cause low-grade, chronic inflammation, which contributes to joint pain, fatigue, poor circulation, and even digestive sluggishness. And get this, walnuts don't warn you. They don't make you feel sick right away. Instead, they quietly chip away at your energy, clarity, and balance, little by little, until one day, you realize you're not bouncing back like you used to. If you're over 65 and you're experiencing stiff joints, bloating after snacks, brain fog, or slower recovery, it's worth taking a hard look at your walnut intake. The best advice? Cut them out completely for a few weeks and see how you feel. If you notice more energy, less pain, and better focus, that's your answer. Your body may have been reacting to the very thing you thought was helping. Sometimes, health advice gets outdated, and sometimes, the foods we trust the most turn out to be the sneakiest. So if you're aiming for energy, clarity, and less inflammation, walnuts may not belong in your daily routine anymore. Let's bring it all together. If there's one thing you take away from this video, let it be this: not all nuts are created equal, especially after the age of 65. We've talked about the 4 nuts you should absolutely be eating to support strength, circulation, balance, and overall vitality. Brazil nuts, for that powerful selenium boost. Peanuts, for muscle-friendly protein and steady energy. Almonds, to rebuild and protect lean tissue. And pistachios, to unlock blood flow and keep your body alert and moving. These aren't just snacks, they're fuel for the phase of life when every step, every breath, every bit of energy counts. And then, there are the 4 nuts to avoid, especially if you've been feeling slower, stiffer, or more fatigued lately. Walnuts, which may inflame more than they heal. Macadamias, loaded with heavy fats your body can't process efficiently. Pecans, deceptively rich and hard to digest. And cashews, which, when salted and oil roasted, sneak in more damage than most realize. The takeaway? It's not just about eating nuts, it's about eating the right ones. In the right way. Because after 65, food isn't just about calories anymore. It's communication. What you eat tells your body how to feel, how to move, how to recover. Choosing the right nuts might seem like a small shift, but it could be the thing that helps you wake up more energized, walk a little steadier, or finally shake that nagging brain fog. So here's your challenge. Look at your pantry today. What's hiding in your snack drawer that could be working against you? What could you swap out for something smarter, cleaner, better? Let your body feel the difference, not months from now, but in just a few days. That's how fast change happens when you give your body the right tools. And if this video gave you clarity, insight, or even a little aha moment, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Because we're just getting started. Each week, we bring you real strategies for aging with power, not fear, with facts, not fads. Until next time, eat smart, move strong, and take care of that amazing body of yours. Before you go, I've got a special health gift I'd love to share with you. On this channel, I share simple, effective health tips, all based on real scientific research and practical, everyday experience. And if you'd like to receive a free gift, it's super easy. Hit the subscribe button, comment below, claim my gift. I'll send it straight to you. Don't miss out, because your journey to better health starts with small choices just like this one.